Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I talk about the premenstrual syndromes. About the premenstrual syndrome, about 95% women may experience about PMS. Uh, so the incident is about 3 to 8% PMS. So 15 to 20% meet the criteria of to diagnose PMS. Uh, in term of a true PMS is a true about I talk about true PMS. So by the definition, the PMS is a experience of recurrent experience of psychological and emotional and behavioral and somatic symptoms, alright, which occurs during the luteal phase and resolve after the end of menses or during the follicular phase. About the pathophysiology is still unknown, but the theory is of hyperprogestonism behind that. They say the hyperprogestonism is the progesterone will stimulate GABA inhibitory symptoms, which the GABA will stimulate the alter the mood and cognition. So patient may develop anxiety and then negative mood and aggressive behavior also. And then some study say also the theory about the progesterone activate the increase of monoamines oxidase, which result in depression. And then the estrogen is a reduce the MAO is a monoamines oxidase, which is a anti-depression effects. So basically the criteria to diagnose of PMS based on the Green Top TOG 2015. First criteria is at they precipitate by ovulation, and then symptom not defined, not well defined. Any number of symptom can presence, and physical, psychological and somatic present involvement occur during luteal phase and up during the end of menses and during the follicular phase, and also at the same time is not exacerbation by any psychological or physical disorder, means no psychological or physical disorder because it happened after ovulation and cause significant distress and impact the quality of life and daily activity. However, there is a criteria to diagnose based on the psychiatric view. This is a diagnostic and statistically mental status DSM-4 diagnostic criteria present more than 5 these symptoms. First is a markedly depressed or hopeless, means they depressed, memang markedly depressed, and then markedly effective liability, easy to sad, rejection, tearful, and angry, easy to get angry, markedly angry, and irritability, difficult in concentration to doing the daily activity, reduced to do the usual daily activity, lethargic and fatigue, markedly change the appetite because sometimes there is a hyper appetite, more appetite, and sometimes it's a loss of appetite, hypersomnia or insomnia, more sleep or less sleep, and then physical symptoms like breast tenderness and then headache, myalgia also may present with the PMS symptoms. Number B is interfere with the social activity. So they interfere with the social activity. They tend to isolate, and then present during the luteal phase and absent after the menses. Okay. Alright, this is prospective symptoms, mean 2 consecutive menses. So we diagnose PMS. 2 consecutive with the similar symptom, we diagnose okay, as a PMS. So based on the how we manage the PMS based on algorithm by RCOG, the first line management is a non pharmacological. First is a cognitive behavior therapy. At this moment, we advise patient to relax, anger management, and not so stress, and think more relaxation. Okay. Number 2, exercise. So advice for exercise, frequent exercise, and good healthy good oxygenation. And vitamin B6 is a less of evidence study, and COCP, new generation Yasmin or Siles, and then aim is the COCP However, the COCP actually not a very not very effective to treat the PMS because there is content of progesterone also inside the COCP. So however, they reduce the impairment of productivity, and the effective is reduce the impairment of productivity and social and relationship. So in the others is the first line others is SSRI is an CNS acting drug. So CNS acting drug is we have SSRI is antidepressant. So it's a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It's a first line for severe PMS. Untuk formal we can do non pharmacological, but for severe we may started her with antidepressants, or because it has serotonic effects. For example of antidepressant, SSRI is a fluoxetine, Fluvox, citalopram, sertraline, and then okay. In term of physical symptom, it's better to continue the dosage. What the side effect of this drug is it reduce the libido and orgasmia, so absence of orgasms. Okay. It taken 14 days before menses actually, right, and then continuously till end of the menses. Alright, number the second line is estradiol patch 100 microgram combination with the oral progesterone and Mirena. Higher dose SSRI continuously. The first line is SSRI is a continuous or intermittent with the lower dose, and then but the second line is higher dose SSRI antidepressant. And then the third line is a GnRH analogs with the ADVEC therapy aimed to the stop ovulation suppression. The worsening part is the fourth line. After fail all the pharmacological and non-pharmacological treatment, there is a rule of TEPSO with the HRT letter. Okay, this is about the PMS.